Reborn Chapter 1. In the old kingdom of Avalar, there was a young man named Raphael who had a special connection to the wind. He could talk to the wind and even ride it like a surfboard. His friends called him the human kite man because he looked like a kite dancing in the wind. But not everyone loved his unique ability. Some people were scared of his power over the wind. And one day they took him to the king and told him that Raphael could control the wind and was dangerous. The king got scared and ordered his knights to take Raphael to the magic tower and get rid of him. As Raphael was taken away, he cried out to the wind for help, but no one could hear him. Just when he thought all hope was lost, he saw a beautiful woman standing in front of him. She had long white hair and wore a blue dress that flowed like water. She introduced herself as the oracle and said she would help him. She gave him a potion and told him to drink it. Then she put her hands on his head and closed her eyes. Suddenly, everything went black. When Raphael woke up, he found himself in a dark place. He couldn't see anything, but he could feel the wind all around him. Then he heard a voice in his head saying, "Welcome to the World Tree." As he explored this new place, he met a talking tree named Old Willow. Old Willow told him that the wind had brought him here to rest, but Raphael wanted to go home. So Old Willow used his roots to create a raft and sent him down the river on it. The journey was long and Raphael started to get very hungry. He hadn't eaten in days and his stomach was rumbling like thunder. Luckily, he saw an island in the distance and swam to it. When he got there, he saw a big castle in the middle of the island. Raphael walked up to it and knocked on the door. An old man opened it and invited him inside. As Raphael stepped into the castle, he noticed that everything was made of metal. There were metal tables, chairs, pots and pans, and even a metal throne. In the middle of the room, the old man poured some water into a metal cup and gave it to Raphael. "Drink," he said. When Raphael drank the water, he felt a surge of energy go through his body. It was so strong that he fell to his knees. The old man chuckled and said, "That's not water, child. It's magic water from the dragon's tooth spring. It gives anyone who drinks it great powers over the elements." He explained that he was the guardian of the spring and had been waiting for someone special to come along. Someone who could control the wind like Raphael. "I want to go home," Raphael told the old man, but the old man shook his head. "You can't go back now," he said. "You are destined to become the new elemental master." Before Raphael could ask what that meant, the old man handed him a staff made of pure white crystal and pointed it towards the sky. "Take this," he said. "It will help you control your powers." As soon as Raphael touched the staff, he felt a jolt of energy run through him. The old man explained that the staff was powered by the dragon's tooth spring and could help him become the most powerful elemental master of all time. The old man then told Raphael about the elemental masters, a group of warriors who protected the balance of the elements. Each master had powers over one of the four elements: earth, air, fire, and water. And their staffs were just as powerful as the one Raphael now possessed. The old man explained that Raphael was destined to be the new air master, but he didn't want to accept this responsibility. He missed his old life and didn't want to be a warrior. But the old man told him that he didn't have a choice. The staff had chosen him, and now he had to learn how to use it. Days turned into weeks and Raphael trained hard. The old man was a wise teacher and taught Raphael everything he knew about controlling the wind. Raphael learned how to create powerful gusts of wind, how to ride the wind currents, and how to heal himself with the wind. He also learned how to use his staff to channel the power of the dragon's tooth spring. With each passing day, Raphael became more powerful and confident. But he still longed for his old life and worried about his friends and family back home. One day, Raphael decided to return home. He thanked the old man for his help and told him goodbye. As he walked away, he heard the old man shout, "Be careful, Raphael. The world is in danger, and you are the only one who can save it." Raphael ignored him and kept walking until he reached the riverbank. He took off his shoes and socks, rolled up his pants, and waded into the water. Suddenly, he felt a jolt of pain in his chest and fell to his knees. He looked down and saw a small wound on his leg. Blood was seeping out of it and wouldn't stop flowing. No matter how much he tried to stop the bleeding, it just wouldn't stop. Raphael panicked and called out for help, but no one came. As he lay there bleeding, he remembered the old man's warning about the dangers of the world. He realized that he wasn't safe and that he needed to find the other elemental masters if he was going to survive. With newfound determination, Raphael pulled himself together and continued his journey home. As he walked along the path, he could feel the wind whipping through the trees. He closed his eyes and listened to its whispers, hoping it would lead him to his friends. But the wind was silent and offered no guidance. Discouraged, Raphael slumped down on a nearby rock. As he sat there, he noticed a faint glow coming from behind a bush. He walked over and pushed it aside, revealing a small cave hidden behind it. Curiosity got the better of him and he decided to explore. As he ventured deeper into the cave, the glow grew brighter and brighter until suddenly, bam! The ground beneath him gave way and he fell into a dark abyss. Raphael screamed as he plummeted to the ground below. When he finally landed, he could feel the pain shoot through his body. He tried to move, but his body wouldn't respond. As darkness crept in around him, he knew he might not make it. Just as he lost consciousness, he could hear a voice calling his name. When Raphael woke up, he found himself lying on a soft bed in a dark room. He tried to sit up, but a sharp pain in his chest made him cry out. As he looked down, he saw a bandage wrapped around his leg, hiding the wound beneath it. Suddenly, the door to the room creaked open and a beautiful woman stepped inside. She had long flowing hair and kind eyes that twinkled with warmth. "Are you awake?" she asked softly. Startled by her sudden appearance, Raphael blurted out, "Who are you?" "Where am I?" The woman smiled gently and said, "You're safe now. You can rest here as long as you need to." As Raphael recovered, the woman told him that she was a healer who lived in the cave. She had found him lying near the entrance and brought him inside. She had no idea how he had gotten there or who he was, but she couldn't leave him to die. After a few days of rest, Raphael felt strong enough to leave the cave. He thanked the healer for her kindness and promised to never forget her. As he stepped outside, he was met with a sight that made him gasp. The world around him was filled with lush green trees, sparkling rivers, and towering mountains. It was a sight so beautiful that it brought tears to his eyes. But there was something else there too, a feeling of peace and tranquility that he had never experienced before. As Raphael continued to explore, he noticed strange symbols carved into the trees and rocks. They were unlike anything he had ever seen before and seemed to hold some kind of power. Suddenly, a gust of wind swept through the forest, causing the leaves to rustle and the branches to sway. As Raphael stood there watching, he could feel a sense of familiarity wash over him. It was the same feeling he had experienced when he controlled the wind, but this was different somehow. This was bigger, more powerful. And as he followed the sound, he came across a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a tall oak tree with its branches spread wide. As Raphael approached, he could feel the wind growing stronger, swirling around him in a vortex. And as he reached out to touch it, he felt a surge of power course through him. He closed his eyes and focused on the feeling, and as he did, he saw a vision. He saw the world around him, but it was different. The skies were filled with dark clouds and the earth was cracked and barren. People were running in terror, trying to escape the destruction that was all around them. Then he saw himself standing in the middle of it all, his staff raised high above his head. And then he heard a voice, "You are the chosen one, Raphael. You are the last hope of this world." Raphael gasped as he woke up from the vision. He looked around him and realized that the clearing was gone. He was back in the forest, and the oak tree was nowhere to be seen. Shaken by the vision, Raphael continued his journey, hoping to find answers. Along the way, He came across other survivors who told him stories of the world before the cataclysm, when the four elements were in balance and the world was full of magic. As Raphael journeyed on, he began to understand his destiny. He was the last Air Master, and it was up to him to restore balance to the elements and save the world from destruction. With this realization came a sense of responsibility, but also a sense of hope. Raphael knew that he couldn't give up. He had to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey might be. So with a deep breath and a newfound sense of purpose, Raphael set out to find the other elemental masters and restore balance to the world. But as he ventured deeper into the unknown, he had no idea what challenges lay ahead or what sacrifices he would have to make. Chapter 2. Raphael stumbled upon a clearing and gasped. In the middle stood a magnificent castle made of pure white marble. It looked like it had just stepped out of a fairy tale, but there was something different about it. As he got closer, he could feel the earth rumbling beneath his feet and the air shimmering with energy. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the clearing and a giant stone fist smashed into the ground beside him. Raphael jumped back in surprise as the stone cracked and crumbled beneath the force of the blow. From behind a nearby tree, a gruff voice boomed, "Who dares disturb the slumber of the Earth Master?" Startled, Raphael instinctively raised his staff and said, "I mean no harm. I am Raphael, and I seek the Earth Master's help." As he spoke, the tree in front of him trembled and slowly began to move. The branches stretched and twisted until they formed the shape of a humanoid figure. Raphael's jaw dropped in surprise as the figure stepped out from behind the tree line and approached him. The Earth Master was a burly man with a thick beard and a staff made of solid rock. His eyes were like glowing embers and his clothes were made of woven bark and leather. "Why do you seek my help, young one?" The Earth Master asked in a voice like rumbling thunder. Raphael hesitated, unsure how to begin. Finally, he took a deep breath and started explaining what had happened to him and why he needed the Earth Master's assistance. As he spoke, the Earth Master listened intently, his expression unreadable. When Raphael finished his story, the Earth Master was silent for a moment. "You say you are the last Air Master," he finally said, his voice echoing with concern. "But where are the others, the Fire Master and the Water Master?" "I don't know," Raphael admitted. "I haven't found them yet, but I need your help to do so. Without the four elements in balance, our world will be destroyed." The Earth Master nodded slowly. "You speak wisely, young one," he said. "But to help you, I must test your strength and resolve. If you are truly the Air Master, you must prove it." Raphael's heart sank, but he knew he had no choice. He agreed to the Earth Master's challenge and soon found himself facing a series of trials designed to test his skills and endurance. The first challenge was to navigate a treacherous maze made of living vines. The maze was a test of patience and focus, and Raphael had to use all of his skills to find his way out. Next, he faced a horde of rock elementals, creatures made of pure earth energy that attacked him with brute force. Raphael had to use his staff to deflect their attacks and create openings to strike back. Each challenge was more difficult than the last, but Raphael pressed on, determined to succeed. Finally, he stood before the Earth Master, exhausted but resolute. "You have done well," the Earth Master said, his voice echoing with approval, "but your final test is to heal this land. The cataclysm has left this area barren and lifeless, and you must restore it to its former glory." Raphael looked out at the cracked earth and dying plants, and a surge of determination coursed through him. He raised his staff and channeled the wind's power, and slowly, miraculously, the land began to heal. Plants sprouted from the ground, animals returned, and the air filled with the sound of birdsong. The Earth Master watched in silence as Raphael completed his task, and when it was finished, he nodded his approval. "You have proven yourself worthy," he said. "You are the Air Master, and I will help you on your quest." With the Earth Master's help, Raphael was able to find other survivors and learn more about the world that was shattered by the cataclysm. Together, they set out to find the Fire Master and the Water Master, hoping to restore balance to the elements and save their world from destruction. But as Raphael journeyed on, he had no idea what dangers lay ahead or what sacrifices he would have to make to fulfill his destiny. The quest to save their world was just beginning, and the fate of all hung in the balance.